Apparently, lead performers in Queen look really good for release.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I think
yeah, I mean, they seem pretty good.
I think
Janice
League
is
Performers by
super
itself
cute.
is good. I think League Performers as a
Yeah.
card
No,
existing is
not
good
into
enough.
Queen, like lead performers as a card and the Queen as a card.
Yeah, yeah, no, I know. I think, yeah,
They're
they
both
both
they're
look
both
very good.
independently quite strong cards for pre-release.
Queen
You
is
know what? I don't even think
uncommon,
King is, like,
lead is
terrible either,
rare.
but I don't think King's
Yeah,
terrible.
King's not
King is
bad,
a
but
common card though, right? So you're gonna see it
Mhm.
way more often. I think, yeah, like King is a card that I would take for sure, right? Because I mean, it's
mhm.
definitely providing at least some utility.
Well, I think we got the first topic going down, so, welcome to the an episode of the Efficient Rates podcast. I already forgot what episode we're on. We're on 7, I think.
7.
I can check. I think it's 7.
I'm just gonna say it's 7, and we'll stick with that. No need to check. We'll just go with the
Okay.
I'm not numbering it
Welcome
anymore anyways.
to
It
episode
just it comes out when it comes out,
registration.
man. You enjoy the show. That's what it is. Oh, but I do, yeah, just kind of continuing off of that, League Performers is such an insane card for for pre-release.
Mm.
It's crazy that I'm super down on this card in the standard format, but I think just having access to like a random 9 cost ramp, or not ramp, but like a random 9 cost that gets you a life, and then also is just a 9 for 11 body. The body part of it is probably the best part of this card. It's just
Yeah.
it's such a high, it's an efficient rate. And
Mhm.
that's what we care about. And that's what we care about in this podcast. That is the milestone. It's the benchmark. It's the cornerstone of all podcast civilization.
Mhm.
And Jack's
It's
not
true.
bad.
And
I mean,
being
yeah.
efficient in pre-release is totally way more important than it is in standard.
And then I think that even the Jack though, it's like I think having a Nephrodim body that like can just help you out a little more with clearing bodies, because I think it's actually kind of hard to clear bodies this format. Obviously, because like if you're playing the Rainbow Luffy leader, you're gonna have a much harder time having access to ways of protecting it, right? Obviously, Kaido has a way of just saying -2 or -1 Dawn, -2,000 power to a guy to protect your, your bodies. But in this format, if you drop a Jack down, I think you're actually getting a little bit more value than you would otherwise. Also, it's a common, or it's an
Yeah.
uncommon? It's an
No, it's a
uncommon.
common.
No. Jack is an uncommon, dude.
I have it written here as a common.
Sorry. Can I
Janice.
ask? Because it might be a thing where it's fucked up on the sim. I want to know, because on sim it's saying uncommon. It should be a
Um,
common. Like I believe you, but like
it is. It
Yeah, I think
is.
it's common.
It is a common. I like almost 100% sure that that's just a mistype.
such a weird mistype. This happened like before too, right? This is not like a new thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. It says common on the site, but it's blocked off by the times 30 they had for this bullshit. I don't know. I don't know.
Mm.
It doesn't actually show on the thing, so
I
I'm
think
gonna
it was
just
deduced by the set list, as I think is what happened.
okay. You know what though? If it's a common uncommon, it doesn't actually matter. Like if you find this, you're probably gonna
Yeah.
play it, but I wouldn't build your strategy around the Jack. Is all I'm gonna say. It's still not like an
No.
amazing card, but like it's enough of a.
Sucks.
The clear potential is great though. Like 9 for
It
10
doesn't
with
even rest a thing though. It doesn't rest a guy.
yeah, but it's -2. I mean, you're okay. You're really gonna ask for a 9 for 10 with character rush that rests the guy and gives -2 on the turn you play it? Like this is not happening in pre-release. Like we're making this shit up.
I mean, this card, a card that you're describing definitely exists somewhere.
Like maybe, but like maybe more in standard. Like this card is still super good. Like you can
Yeah,
switch it for
I think
9k
my Kaido
points.
bias is showing. I think I have to stop.
This card is good in pre-release. I'm not saying it's good in standard. Like I'm not telling you that. It's good in pre-release though.
It's probably fine in pre-release. I mean, because I guess your opponent can't really predict it because they're trying to predict the entire card pool of the set, so
Yeah.
it's hard to counterplay it.
Yeah, they're definitely not playing around this actively.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there's Shiki and Izo. Maybe there's a lot of effects like this in the pre-release that are like worth thinking about.
I think you're more
Yeah.
thinking about Izo than you are Shiki. Like Shiki being an
Oh
SR
yeah,
does mean that you're not gonna find it as often. But the Izo is just
yeah.
a great card. The Izos are rare that I think you always want to be picking up. But yeah,
Izo
no,
is
you're right with the rare slot. I think you said this before, but the rare slot is very important in this set. Having cards like especially in the red, it's like Izo Jozu.
yes.
Two very just two very good generic cards that you always want to be finding
Yeah.
if you can help it, right? But
I want to say in pre-releases are like borderline busted. Like those are so good.
oh yeah, Jozu's insane. You
Yeah,
want to be seeing Jozu.
like playing the board and then just dropping Jozu on the turn that you know your opponent has to go for lethal is like basically an auto win. Like pre-release decks are not efficient enough to beat 8k lead on the final turn. You know what I mean? Like they're just not built for that a lot of the time.
Almost never. I do wonder though if the random events getting you to a later game position might help a bit more, but
True.
I think we're more thinking that like the top end though is very easy to get. Like you're never not getting top end in this pre-release, right?
Yeah,
Like,
lots
there's
of good
always
stuff.
going to be, again, all in the common slot too. Like I think the king being this high, the queen and jack being hits do mean that you're always going to find something, even if you don't like, high roll on, top end like the Newgate. What a high roll! What a high roll the Newgate's going to be for you guys, right? Holy,
Uh, a little bit, not as much as I totally forgot that it wasn't like locked to Whitebeard Pirates. It was locked to monocolor, and it
yeah.
doesn't work in the Rainbow Luffy because you're not monocolor.
You know what though? The one thing is though, I think you're still playing this if you do find it. I think it being a 6
Oh
for
yeah,
12 might be a bit too good to pass up on.
I mean the opportunity cost in pre-release is like this or random garbage, right? Like you might as well
Yeah.
try.
Now I do wonder if this is actually going to be a locked thing. I know like the leader itself says like type locked, like
Mhm.
nothing is type locked on Rainbow Luffy, but would it would it still try? Like I'm wondering if Bandai is like, yeah, no, this doesn't work this way. We did make it around this, or if they do want you to have the 8,000 power for this. I do wonder
I
how
think
this was designed, or if it just didn't work the way they wanted it to. I'm not
I think
sure.
they wanted to just exclude red blue, but maybe
yeah,
wasn't thinking.
they've done a lot of cards that are locked to mono already. I'm trying to remember the one that I'm thinking of. It's the straw hat thing. It's like a thing that Green Jinbei can't do or can do, and another deck can't. Do you remember that one, Aaron? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Green.
It was
No.
a Green Jinbei card. I think it's is it the secret rare Luffy? Your leader has to be multicolored or something?
Yes. Well, multicolored locks are a thing,
Oh,
but monocolor locks I don't believe have been a thing since.
Oh, they haven't?
Yeah, I
oh
think
yeah,
I
no, this
think
is the
this
first
is
time.
the
Yeah.
first instance of monocolor lock.
Sorry,
I
this is
feel
a
like that's
side
not true
tangent thing
though.
though. It's a little side
Yeah.
tangent. The gym. I love it, the fact that Luffy is what is it? It's Fishman Island. The Fishman
Yeah.
Yeah.
Island type. Such a stupid. That was just a funny thing. Is that you were playing Green Jinbei, Aaron, and just
Yes.
you telling me that was my mind was blown. But also, it fucking sucks. It's so bad. It doesn't work. It doesn't work in the deck, but they still put it on there. I don't know.
Yeah, I actually don't know if the Fishman Island type on that card actually has any relevance in any deck.
Shirahoshi maybe. Like if you do play it
They
right.
don't play it in Shirahoshi
Yeah,
for
you
like
could though,
I
right?
think.
I think
You
like
could. I
technically.
think I mean that was the point. When did it come out? It was
Huh?
13.
No, it was for red green,
It was for
obviously.
red. Well, yeah, it was for red green, but
But
I
Fishman
don't
Island was a
understand
weird type, you know?
why
It's
they
like,
would give it Fishman Island. I guess it's maybe just because they're referencing a specific moment in the story, but like I don't know.
Probably. But that's annoying when they do that and they don't have a use for that type.
I
Shout
honestly
out.
like maybe
Sorry.
I'm just not thinking about it hard enough. But is there any reason why this could have like seen monocolor play? Is there any reason why that wouldn't have been a thing? Zoro maybe. I don't
Mono
remember exactly what
green.
they're scared of.
It
Like
seems
mono
pretty
green having
efficient
it.
for Zoro and
I
like
mean,
maybe a Mihawk, but I don't know.
we could just say that it was meant for the multicolor, buff they gave it, right? Like over
Yeah,
years of multicolor being pretty bad overall, they wanted to give it something to do, right?
yeah,
That was a huge thing for a while, right? Was for the longest time within the One Piece card game, if you were in a multicolor leader at all, you were facing a downside, right? Being down a life was not enough to recoup being in two colors. Like if you guys have played, we played during the time, right? Being in two
Mhm.
colors was almost never really a boon. You almost never really cared about having two colors to work with for the longest
yeah.
time. It was fine. Like you sometimes we'd be playing if you were in blue for like a random color or whatever. You can get Red Rock, which was like fine. Grav Blade was pretty good. Like there were a couple of tech options that were decent, but it was never enough to save you, right? In your color. It just
Yeah.
wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to actually like matter or change
I
anything.
still I still don't think there's like it's such a weird spot. I think it's gone right now. It's more like the multicolor leader effects plus decks that Bandai builds for them are strong enough to warrant being a 4 life leader. Like you look at Green Blue Luffy, and I'm like, well, I mean, if this was a 5 life, like that would be crazy. But like, I don't really. It's just such a weird balancing spot because even now it's still a giant boon to just be 5 life, like 5 life 5K. Or I also like the 6K power 3 life stat line is also strong.
Yeah. That's
But
like a different boon though, right? It's like it just stops early game aggression, so you do like keep your cards earlier on, right? If that makes sense. So
yeah,
it buffs itself in like certain ways that the 4 for 5 life leader never really could. And that was it's just weird. It's like if you look at like a bunch of these older leaders, right? Like playing Marco, right? Marco is a deck that I think feels so frail because it doesn't have any protection. It doesn't have any of like this super busted tier kind of cards in their deck to make it feel like super safe. Like I remember playing Blue Dove afterwards. It's like you play these two decks, right, in the same format, and Blue Dove felt so much more defensively viable as a deck because it was a 5 for 5, right? It was allowed to just be it had some good defense too, but it was a matter of just being a 5 left leader was so hard to get through because it required you to like play an end game position, right? A lot more frequently.
Mhm.
Like that was so much more important in that time to be able to play late game because it just meant like you couldn't really go aggro. Going aggro into a 5 life deck was just not possible. It wasn't possible in the way that it is now. Maybe talk a little bit about purple though. I do want to look at like some of the purple cards and just maybe go by color, if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah,
For
in
this is
terms
for
of
pre-release
pre-release.
viability,
Yeah,
right?
purple release viability, yeah. Because there's a couple of ones here that I think are pretty like quick, just not greats. I don't think you ever want to be playing these at the common slot. And I mean, first off, I mean this is going in order from like the from the Batsu from the sim, but
Sure, yeah.
Orochi, I think the one cost Orochi that draws two, trash one if you have a 10 or more cost character on the field. Pretty bad. I think we can say that. Conjuro, the rest one character if you have 10 costs or more. Maybe more
That's
playable, but like it's still like meh.
the value is niche. Your opponents might not be relying on blockers for their defense, and it's a super conditional.
Yeah. And
It's
the biggest problem is
it's
though
tough.
it's a common though, right? Is the one thing. So it's like if you can find enough 10 costs, which might be hard. I think the 10 costs are all like in a high rarity slot too. So you're
Yes,
almost never
I
really
think
gonna find this, right? The problem is that yeah, you don't you like all of your common hot, like top end R9 cost. You're not finding tens that often, so you might just be stuck with nothing to play off of this. So yeah,
mhm.
Who's fine.
Who's
You
who?
know,
Yes.
here's a two cost. I mean, it's all -1 Dawn though, which is again a little bit harder
No.
for a deck that doesn't really ramp as much, or like you're probably not gonna have like that much consistent re-ramp, but still pretty
Mhm.
decent. Now, Black Maria, I'm actually kind of I want to hear your opinions of this one. It's a blocker, and I feel like blockers, from what I've heard, are just super important in pre-release. Just overall,
Yes,
having a blocker, especially with utility blocker, how
they
Mhm.
good do you
definitely
think that's
are.
going to be?
I think it can be
Blockers are
quite
great.
good.
Yeah, I
Like, I
agree.
think if you see, like, 3 of them, I think it means you actually have to worry a lot less about your counter consistency in your deck, and you can do riskier builds a little bit.
I also like, I mean, obviously being at the 2-for-1 slot would make, the alarm bells in your head go off like, okay, well my opponent has a lot of avenues to interaction here, but
Mm,
you have to understand, like, you know that your opponent's deck is not trim. They have all sorts of jank. A lot of it is probably inefficient because like the thing about like interaction removal in pre-release is you almost always want it to be like big splashy interaction and not like cheap, like only hits very specific things interaction, unless it provides some other sort of flexible benefit. And I'm not even sure I can really name a card like that. Like obviously this will die to like a who's who, but like we are talking about like wholly niche card, right? Like, and your opponent can't search for it, and it's not consistent. They may have only one copy of it. I mean, this sort of 2-cost blocker that has counter and provides value on the board is one of the better cards you're going to be looking at.
Yeah, I want to say I do think it's very playable. Now, the one issue though is if you look at every single card, I want to say for the most part in the red slot, there are so many random 2000 base power hate cards that
Yes.
exist within the red card pool, which we'll get to in a little bit, but there's a lot of hate. There's a
And
lot of hate for small bodies, and I'm a little bit concerned for how much is going to be for board swings and stuff, right? Like how many
Mhm,
just niche tempo swings you're going to have in this format.
mhm. And a lot of the red ones have that trait that I mentioned, which is they provide some sort of other flexible benefit that makes them worth taking. Like if you think about the Rakio is a 2K, so you're taking that, you can take that on your 2K slot. And if you're looking at Haruta, like Haruta is I mean, it's a not an efficient rate body, but it's a 4 for 5. It can attack, which is a lot better than some of the cards you're going to have. And 3K power on your opponent's turn is a fairly big deal in pre-release. It basically means that your opponent is not really interacting with this almost ever.
Yeah, no, Haruta is definitely going to be a card I think I will want to see in pre-release.
Yes.
Haruta as well as Rakio, right? Rakio being an uncommon. Is Haruta an uncommon? Yeah, both an uncommon, but two very good
Yes.
cards you definitely want to see in your pre-release. As well as being sidetracked, but it's super important to note it, like to note that there is a lot of hate for small power bodies, which because there is like a small thing I'll talk about too of just 2Ks in general. If you see a 2K in this format, there's quite a few good ones too right now. Like, again, Rockio mentioned before, Rockio is a great card just to have in your deck for
Yes.
any purpose. But the Animal Kingdom Pirates have different kind of options. Like there's the X-Ray, which is an on-play Dawn -2, trash one card from your opponent's hand, which is just kind of niche. It's a common, so it's nice to have this just to exist in your hand. But overall,
Mhm.
I don't think you really care too much about the effect. This feels like it's just a common slot 2K that you want to, like, you're okay with saying, well, if I can't fill up my slots, I might as well put the X-Ray in, kind of a card.
Yeah. There you
The
go.
other two as well, though. It's like the Sasaki and the Basil Hawkins are both, I think, much better 2Ks just overall. I think having like the option for the ramp is a little bit too good. Like the Basil Hawkins getting like an active Dawn is, I think, better in decks like Kaido where you can kind of double ramp on certain turns. But the Sasaki, obviously being one attacking kind of sucks, but it does mean you get to ramp. It does mean you get to the ramp that you might not have gotten to before. And I think it's also a common as well. I think the Sasaki is a common, Basil
That's
Hawkins is
right.
an uncommon. So again,
Mhm.
they're still all in slots that like you could, if there is a chance that you can go for an insane Dawn ramp turn, you always going to go for it if you can. And just having this on a 2K is definitely going to be, I think, very good in this format.
Do you think the events will see play, like the purple ramp events?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, events are always good in pre-release for the most part, specifically one cost events that buff your leader. And a lot of the time, I mean, it's better if they do more powerful things that are more universally good. But like, I
I
mean,
mean,
it's
more
hard
like
not
like
to
I
include
do you
them.
think the main is going to be activated? Like, do you think they're going to play it and actually use the ramp?
I think it's one of those cases where I think if you see top end in your hand and you have it, I think you could probably rip it and see very good value. But if you don't currently have top end on the turn that you would theoretically play it, I maybe would stick away from it. But
Mm.
like just being able to attack taller with your leader while developing at the same pace as your opponent is also a very nice boon in pre-release. I mean, the 5 cost Garp in 16 that just ramped you 2 Dawns was like I totally underrated that card. It was like borderline oppressive, even when your opponent didn't play an 8 cost or 9 cost after it.
Now, the one thing with these though is just it's just flexible, right? If you do find like a turn where you can go for the 9 cost lineup that you have, or any of the other top end from the other card pools, I think you're pretty happy to do it for the most part. Even though you are
Yeah.
down in cards, but there are, I think, there are a lot more draw cards in this set overall. That getting to like that high of a Dawn total is it's a bit more efficient. You're not really losing as much as you do in Kaido. Because again, every green top end kind of just ramps you. Like if you do find Beckman, if you do find the Yasab, if you do find other cards like the Tengas Linlin, the even the Sweet Generals, right? Like the 3 Sweet Commanders. I think you're pretty like it is just a gain of life and then -3 to 2 things and draw a card, right? It's like you were kind of up still. Holy, oh god, some of these I man, this is gonna be a hard release I think to figure out where you're at if you don't know, beforehand going in, because I think it's going to be a lot more dependent on the cards you get than it was on individual cards being good. I think that's what that 16 was. I think 16 was, I'm going into this, I'm looking for these certain cards to win me the game, not really strategies that go together. I think this one's going to be very much dependent on the surrounding cards that you get in your draft, which I think is more interesting
Mm.
overall. And I'm happy to see this.
Yeah, I mean, if you like, because I think it's nice that a lot of the Kaido cards are common, so you can very quickly be like, oh, I guess I'm kind of doing a ramp deck without having to hit those like expensive ramp cards you would need to play standard. Okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you couldn't in pre-release for 13, for example, you couldn't really do a Roger kind of deal, right?
Yeah, it wasn't
Um,
possible.
but now it's like it's not crazy to like you just need to hit enough. Like there's two different events that do all the ramp you'll ever need. And then good top end that's at common slots.
No, definitely. I don't say one thing is just back to the purple cards. How do you feel about the Yamato ulti page one? I think the Yamato is definitely going to be good, just in general. But
Oh yeah.
I
I
don't
think
like
the
LD page
ulti in
one at
page
all.
one is very interesting in a pre-release setting. I think
It
it'll
kills
hit
the
the
three.
3000. Yeah, it kills a 3K and it ramps you a Dawn.
I would play it for sure. Like for sure.
Oh yeah, I forgot ramp shoot on. Yeah, if you're doing the ramp package, you definitely play that if you pull it.
I think just hitting a 3000 power guy, weirdly enough, is just
Not bad.
good enough in this format. I want to say, like, just having any kind of way of dealing with small bodies, especially if your opponent is or somehow gets on. And this with like the red cards though, where it's like if you can kill a Fossa, you can kill any of these small blockers that your opponent can set up.
Mhm.
Now the problem is though, if your opponent is playing the Blaffy stuff and they find Blaffy doesn't work against Blaffy, it's more I think it's more so against the small guys in Newgate and in purple. It's more
Yeah,
like
I mean,
purple hate, but
it kills like all, like the Black Maria we were just talking about is a very good card, and you're pretty much including all of the copies of that you can get, just because you're probably only gonna get one or two, or maybe even three. But like also it kills the Yamato, which for a similar reason as the Black Maria is like a card that you're pretty likely to include if you get it. It kills both
ooh,
of those.
it kills Bonk much as well, which is a card that I think we'll have a bit more talk about later on.
Oh, I can't wait.
Good card, good card. Actually, you know what? You know what's funny? The Aramaki, just a 7 for
Yeah,
8 blocker on play, Dawn -1, draw 1 card, KO 2 costs or less.
It's not bad. I don't think you're gonna KO two things very often, but I mean this I mean the upside if you KO two Black Marias or something crazy is nuts.
I'm more
It's
just,
very good.
I'm more thinking just draw 1 card blocker just seems
Oh
8,000
yeah.
blocker seems nice, but I know it's 7 for 8. I'm
Mhm.
more thinking, do you know how good the Borsalina was in pre-release, like for
Um,
16?
it was good. It was good.
Like it seemed
That's what I
decent.
would say.
Now the problem is here it doesn't really ramp. You are not
Yes,
ramping with this card, sadly, right?
you are deramping.
Yes, you're actually going down. So if you're playing on 7, you're going to 6 to 8, which does kind of suck. But I will say,
Yeah,
if you're playing purple package, or like if you're playing the purple package, and you do need to get the the bodies that draw you 1 card as well. Aramaki is one of those cards. You are neutral with this, which is
yeah,
not bad. Actually, it's pretty good. It's one of the better, I think, bodies to play off of just being a 10 on.
definitely a card that you're including a lot of the time, I think.
And you know what? We have leader form and stuff. We have like the king, queen, jack. I think all these cards are going to be playable to some degree in this format, especially because it is like the ramp top end that you are going to be seeing most times in most of your pulls. But shit, I'm more wondering. It's so hard to talk about the SRs in the set. I think overall they're definitely going to be just what sways your pulls the most more than anything
Mm,
else. It's gonna make like if you find like the best SRs, like if you find the 10 cost green shanks, it feels like man, maybe just win the game. Maybe you just win the pre-release. Maybe that's like overall. Do you think either of the 10 cost Kaidos are gonna be good?
No.
um,
The blocker maybe. Actually, no, because no.
no, no, I
No,
think
I do
not.
not.
I think
Yeah.
the blocker, if not ramped into, is weak.
Hmm.
It's not fast enough. It doesn't do enough to your opponent's potentially full board. I think the Popper Kaido is maybe a little bit stronger. It's a slightly better, more aggressive target if you did have like some crazy purple event ramp, but still not really feeling it. I think actually out of the top end from Kaido, I think the lead performers are the most interesting in the pre-release setting.
I think I agree. The problem with the Kaido too is you don't actually get the Dawn minus benefit from this, like the turn you play it. I don't think there's a way of actually minusing your Dawn on the turn this
There's
happens.
Yeah, on activate main,
unless
probably not.
Yeah.
unless is there any card in the deck that has activate main down -1? I don't believe. Oh, there is actually. If you have a Popper Kaido on board too.
But you,
No, it's,
oh,
it's
you
I
no,
know.
it's played on this
No, I
turn.
know. I know,
so
but you can still go Dawn -1. You don't
right.
get an effect, but you can still go Dawn -1 and
That's right.
get Dawns back.
I guess so. If you pull both Kaido and Kaido, then yeah, you can make it work. I
Hey,
guess.
listen, man. You asked
This
and I
is not
responded.
happening.
No, no,
Okay?
no, no, no.
It's
You're
not
you're right.
happening.
You're right. But I'm just. It's more like I don't think this is gonna.
No, you're not getting it. You're not getting it.
This is
Listen.
like the one person in the entire world that went to pre-release and was like, I'm gonna just high roll the shit out of everyone here.
Yeah,
But
that'd be me.
I mean, that's still pretty bad. I actually don't think it's really that great. Anyways, I don't think that makes it worth playing. I think the
No.
Popper Kaido is good though. Overall, I think the Popper Kaido is actually decent. I'd play it. If I found Popper Kaido, I'd play it.
Oh,
But
Oh
I
yeah,
would play
I
it.
would play it. I mean, I would play the 10 cost blocker Kaido just for the opportunity of
Yeah.
having it. I'm sure it
I
can find some way to gain value at some
I would
point.
I mean, it's a
I would play it
blocker.
mostly for the hype aura. I think, I think
Yeah.
that
If you pulled an apple fritter Kaido, would you just
yeah.
play it unsleeved in the deck?
Oh, I would ask for a sub card, like a blank card, and then just have it in a top loader off to the side. And if I draw the blank card, I mean that's what you do in Magic if it's a double face card in pre-release.
I would just play it.
Oh, you're a demon. Oh, you're a fritter fuel demon.
I mean,
Oh
like
my
I
god.
bring sleeves. I don't bring inners, but I bring regular sleeves. I would just play it.
Yo, yeah, no, yeah, I think you have to
Mhm.
bring sleeves. Do you have to bring
Yeah,
sleeves?
You should, yeah.
kind of. I mean, yeah, like why wouldn't you? But
I know
like
for Magic, it's actually a rule for pre-release to bring sleeves, or to at least have them for the
I mean,
thing.
there is a reason why sleeves are mandated for playing, of course.
No, yeah, obviously, because double-sided cards. Hello.
Yeah, but not even just double-sided cards. It's like a preventative measure against card marking.
Oh, true.
Oh, okay, nice.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I mean, you can mark sleeves, but marked sleeves are like super obvious,
Hmm.
right? Whereas like a little piece of fabric, or like not fabric, but like a little piece of cardboard that's like tufting off the side of an unsleeved card can be a giveaway and hard to detect.
Okay.
Yeah, I never
Yeah, that's kind of interesting though. A lot of cheaters, man, and watch out for your opponents. I
Oh
guess
boy.
I don't know. Just this is the
Yeah,
cheating card game, so just the One Piece cheating card game.
yeah. This is the home of the Sphincter Luna.
Oh, I remember seeing that. That was so funny. Yeah, and the classic 5 This Is My Eras in the Teach deck that went like
Yeah, that was
viral.
funny.
And it's crazy to me because like Teach is a milling deck, right? So like he more than certain had all 5 of them in his trash at some point.
Yeah,
Like
no one
between his
caught on.
hand and his trash, like obviously there was
Mm.
5 probably present at some point, and if you were really watching, I'm sure you could see like Lafitte searches and stuff. That's crazy though. That sort of stuff is crazy. The Luna out of the back pocket.
The
The
furthest
back
That was
pocket,
from
yeah.
Shmat.
high level play. The highest level play.
Mhm.
No, that's how I feel when Shmat plays an Eluna on me at locals. That's how I.
Man, did you do that?
Yeah,
Did I pull
he's
a
like
did I pull an
Eluna
Eluna out of my ass?
crazy.
Yeah, I did. I did actually.
No, no.
Yeah.
Did you rip one on Aaron at locals?
Yeah, that's like GP, I think, right? It was a while
Yeah,
ago.
Ew.
DP into Ace Newgate.
The Noogler, the
What a
Acer
time.
Noogler, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like the format where Marco came out, but OP. What was the set that came out afterwards?
PRBO
Was it
2,
13?
13, yeah.
Maybe two, I think. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
13.
like before 13, but when Marco existed was like a utopian society for Ace Gate players.
Yeah.
Like it was actually a very good deck. Like super under the radar. Lots to do with it. Like very strong deck.
Can that deck do anything now? Like
I mean,
Yeah,
it
but
actually still has a real game plan. It's actually not that bad. Like I think it could have good matchups into stuff. Maybe like even like rocks because it's wide and kind of tall. It's like wide sixes and then rush double attack top end is like pretty good. That sort of stuff is traditionally not bad.
I mean, I think there's more
Draw
problems though
two.
overall. I think it's just like not as fast
Yeah,
as like the game was taking it, so it's like it's just been power crept to the meta completely. Like it was never
yeah.
in
I
the
think
meta, but like it's in our hearts.
the unfortunate thing is just that I think it's just better to be a worse version of Red Blue Ace if you're playing that deck in terms of like if you really want to be super competitive. It's just better to have I Am Whitebeard with the blocker beard than try and do the funny rush 9 cost double attack draw 2, even though it's like hilarious and awesome.
Like the one thing you had though as Ace Newgate was the fact that you could play the 5 cost. I think more consistently than any other deck that was in the Wiper Pirates type, right? Like
Yeah,
Marco
it
was
was more.
worse, I think, as doing it right because you couldn't do it on 5, where Ace Newgate could do it on 5.
Yeah, and doing it on 5 was strong. Like playing Ace into Marco on 5 was like crazy work. Like in that PRB2 like couple week format.
Yeah, it was good. No, 100% good. I remember playing it. So, like
Yeah.
just like Marco in that format was just crazy overall. So like it helped out so many blue decks just take over that meta, man. Oh my god, what a card.
Yeah, random blue decks were going nuts in that format. The same way that like Galdino is carrying like fucking Caesar Clown to victory sometimes on the sim. Like
yeah.
Do you know that 4 for 6 is a very aggressive and very efficient stat line? Do you know that?
No, actually I didn't know that.
I've heard something of the sort
Well, now you
before.
know. Well, now you
No,
know.
I didn't actually. One thing I'd like to talk about, just going back to pre-release a little bit, and I know we were trying to go through colors, but I just want to make like a generalized statement about the Gravity Blade style events. There's what, 2 of them?
Yeah, there are 2.
There's
Mhm.
2. They're both very good, and you definitely should be looking out for them. I mean, that's the sort of like it's a counter event when you need it to counter, and then it can really do quite a lot of work to your opponent's board if you can. I don't remember the condition on the Kong pistol, right? It's having a 12k or
Yeah.
12 cost, and
12
then
cost, yeah.
for the Shanks one, is it just what was it again?
Nothing. You
Like
exist.
resting something? Oh
It's
no, sorry,
a
it only hits rested characters, but it rests one of them.
yeah, so it's
That's what it is.
so no
So
cost. I mean, the one
um,
thing is though, Gum Gum Kong pistol is a common. The Shanks one is an uncommon, but That's like a
Yeah.
small price to pay, honestly. Like I don't like it's
So, like, you can still justify putting the Kong pistol in your deck, even if you have very few ways of triggering its main. Because the counter is not tied to anything unless I'm tweaking,
Sure. What
right?
is the Kong
sorry for the
pistol do
Kong
again?
pistol. It's a leader lock counter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Well. Okay. Well, it's your only leader, but I mean, it's just still playable, right? Like counter events are just super
Yeah,
good in
but
Prerelease
the
due to the
event,
lack of tech
but the
costs.
Shanks event is a +4 to any Shankses, so it's like obviously
Yeah.
the only other Shanks in this deck or set I think is the 10 cost, but I think just being a +4 to your leader is strictly better, and I think most times it's
It
going to
is
be
an
just
uncommon.
insane. Yeah, but
Another
that's
card that's
still it's still too much. I don't know.
Another card that's a little bit under the radar is the Goo Ra Ra. Sorry, Goo Ra 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 Ra.
Oh
Um,
wow, that's right.
is pretty good actually. I mean, being able to it's just a 4K, which is nice to leader or character. Oh sorry, no, it's up to leader or character with Wipe Your Pirates type. But the fact that you can split it, I'm just gonna get to the good part. It's just the fact that you can split it means that you can potentially save multiple cards with just the one card rather than just or like save multiple attacks with the one card rather than
Hmm.
having to overcounter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yep.
No, we can definitely like speed this up a little on the process though, because there's a couple like of really cool, I think, red Nougat cards that are very interesting. We talked about the Izo being really good and the Jozu,
Of course.
and Tangos Nougat being like playable but not exactly like great overall because you obviously being the 8,000, you can't get the 8,000 off of
That's
it is kind of rough.
the good part.
But
Yep.
there's a lot of just like randomly good commons that I think exist with the Nougat. I think the 6 Ace actually is playable. Like that is a card.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like having a -6 on a card is really good. Sometimes you have it
correct.
-2.
I think the Whitey Bay is a little bit under the radar. This is an instance of like this is an interaction card that you could maybe consider. I mean, it's a 1-for-1. Sorry, I mean the 1K power doesn't matter on the stat line, but it's a 1-for-1 K counter that can just one cost KO at 2K with base power 2K, or you can trash it for counter. So basically, you can play this card out, and it can still counter for you. So you don't really play it out, so you can KO a blocker, and then it's kind of card neutral in a way, because if they swing 5 lead, you can counter with the card from the board.
Sometimes there are poppers in this format that can deal with it
Yeah.
beforehand, which I think more because the Rockio is so efficient in hitting two things at once. It might be worth just to say, hey, there's like a really important blocker I want to hit, but also white is in the board, so it's like why not hit both?
Yeah, but I think that's I think a lot of the time that's going to feel like an overcommit from your opponent, because
Hmm.
it's not like it's getting you crazy value like it's blocking a 9K swing or anything. It's just small value, but like the good thing is that you can kind of play the offense with it and kill
Hmm.
some of those small blockers.
Yeah, really good.
Flamenco.
Yeah, sorry, the
Flam-
4 cost suite of in this set too, I think is also pretty good. Like again, Harta, Izo, and Atmos are I think all cards that you would see some kind of play. Atmos is really good.
yeah.
The Atmos just being a
Yeah.
4/6 that just has like you can't really kill it is really nice to have. Like these kinds of bodies are gonna stick the board and your opponent can't do anything about it. Like nothing's gonna happen. Now, this is
Yeah.
unless they have like the ramp. I think if they see ramp, maybe this is a bit more like
Like
why even
Izo.
try kind of a thing. But
If they have their own Izo, it could maybe be trouble.
that's true.
Yeah.
There's a lot of minus power, like very high minus power in the set. So yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but they have to see it. A lot of it is uncommon or rare.
Yeah. I do have to ask a question. Did the set EB, it was EBO3, did it have a pre-release or no?
3? I think it did.
Yeah, it
It
did.
did, right?
I
Did
have
they
no
only do
idea.
because I was just kind of wondering about like the I'm sure the King and the Kaido as just unkillables were quite strong in that set.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like King has to be
Oh, EBO
absurd.
4?
EVO
Oh, is that
three.
is
No,
that
no, no.
4?
Was that
Is
four?
that 4?
Oh, that's four.
It's
Yeah,
4,
that's
yeah,
four. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
and it was with
Oh my
it
god.
was played with the OP14 cards as well, and King and specifically King was a top card, was a top dog, and Kaido was very good.
Yeah.
I mean, the minus drawn on Kaido made it a little bit hard to play around if you didn't have King, but King
Mhm.
was like a free win button basically. It ramped you to 10 and was an unkillable body. That's like it's like what
Basically
more
a
could you
second
want?
leader.
Yeah, it's like what more could you ever want from a card in pre-release?
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking
And
of
it's a rare
unkillable
card.
though,
That is one of my favorites.
speaking
Hmm?
of unkillable, that's not that's an uncommon or rare. The Marco.
I mean, obviously, this is locked to how many Whitebeard Pirates you can pull,
For
but
sure, but
Marco is going to be a very good card. If you can activate its effect during a match, it's really going to put a wrench in your opponent's plans.
I do. Yeah,
Just
I
like
mean, the
how
thing is,
we,
I think you'll always find Wyvern Pirates. Obviously, it's less consistent than it is in like these actual decks, but I think just overall, you're going to be. I think most times you'll have the opportunity to use the effect. I think at least.
yeah, if you put it in your deck knowingly, I'm sure that you'll have enough Whitebeard Pirates. You can like play more Whitey Bays, right? Because Whitey Bay is a card that's kind of on the fringe, but like you could play more Whitey Bays and make your deck do that sort of thing. And more Rockyo and vanilla 2Ks, like pick the red vanilla 2Ks that are like King Do.
Also
But
protects
yeah,
from the obviously the pop
getting grab
effects,
bladed.
the grab blades,
Yeah.
because both the grab blades are basically they're KOs instead, right? So
It also protects. I mean, the protection effect is not card locked, so it will protect your silly 3-cost Yamato or Black Marias from getting wiped
oh yeah, it is
from
too. Wait,
an
yeah.
interaction. I mean, your opponent is not paying a lot of Dawn, but like if your opponent needs to kill your blocker to go for lethal, it absolutely saves you from that. Yeah.
Obviously,
Very
5 or 6
good
rate
card.
is like a 5 or 6 doesn't feel great most times, but like the fact that it's just not you can't die, it's not killable like in any way. Basically,
It
it's really
steals a
good.
lot of cards. Like if your opponent really needs, like it steals a lot of cards over the course of the opponent's like game. Like you just like I said that so badly, but like if it continues to live, it can really take a lot of cards. If
Mhm.
especially if you have extra dawn to go 7/7/7, that's a lot of card advantage from your opponent who's not going to have good card advantage. We're talking about pre-release, right?
Mhm.
That sort of threat is very scary.
So I'm trying to look at the for the Odin targets because I think Odin is one that's also just a
Blenheim,
very interesting. Sorry,
you can play Blenheim.
you give me and Fossa.
Blenheim is like I mean, Blenheim is a card that you're gonna basically put in your deck just because he's a blocker, and he's gonna be one of those instances of like, you can it's a cheap blocker, you can kill it with these effects. Think about those effects
I
in
mean,
your deck.
someone's gonna get Blenheim into Whitey Bay eventually, right? It's gonna happen, but
That's true. I mean, that's I mean, if the Whitey Bay has a target, that's good value.
yeah.
That's like fine value. And I think Fossa is actually fairly decent. If it wasn't like I mean, the 10K condition is tough, but if you can get it to work, it's actually a pretty decent card.
It feels rough though, yeah, for sure. It's
Yeah.
just a brick. It's another brick in the brick pile. I feel like it's probably not worth it in most times that you put this in your deck, you know?
Hmm.
Anyways, sorry, I have to put the Odin, just like real quick. Just
Odin is a weird spot.
I think it's super dependent on whether or not you pull enough of the bodies. I feel like having two bodies like being played off of we play one card down, playing their body is almost always good in pre-release. Like having the board advantage is much more of a huge threat than it is in standard, really enough
Hmm.
at this
Hmm.
point. And if you can play any of the commons, 'cause you play in the commons more often too, right? So like you have more hits, I think, generally speaking, than you do in the regular as well. So it's like it hits Marco, Blamenko, Haruta, Izo, Atmos are your best targets, and the Ace.
Yep.
Like, there's a lot of hits. There's a lot of like decent hits. I think it's like playable if you can find it, but overall, this is like a hard one for me to like rate because I think it's super dependent on what you pull.
I don't know. I'm pretty excited. Like this set seems pretty fun to. Aside again, I think most of what I'm gonna say is just excludes Green Shanks almost entirely, but this is going to be fun to play pre-release and the actual format for.
Yeah, I'm more concerned about Linlin. I mean Shanks is
That's
strong
true.
and it's annoying, but like I mean, what could top Linlin and being
I
annoying to play against?
The
my
fact that you
my
can,
my one thing with Linlin is it can just kind of decide to win. Like it can say I'm gonna just play for life now, and just take 3 minutes on my turns and win.
Yeah.
You know,
sorry, is this for pre-release or standard? What are we saying?
this is standard. I guess sorry, I
Okay,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah, sorry.
got off the standard there. But I was
Time.
talking to my buddy about that today, and she was super pissed. She was like, "I didn't even think about that." I was like, "Yeah, even on its losing matchups, it can just take more time and then win."
Yeah, it's the yellow
Uh,
machine, man. Yellow Linen is like one of the best users of this by far.
we definitely do not need to have another full length discussion about time rules
Yeah,
this
no, God.
episode, but Linlin is probably going to be the best abuser of it in the game.
Yeah, percent
Hmm.
if it wasn't. There's just no reason not to. Like, you gain so much life. Like,
It's
you can just
also
be so defensive, and there's not really a way of stopping it from being this defensive. Because you never really want to take the random discard unless your deck can like facilitate it, like Rock, I think. But like even then, I've had games where like I'm playing Linlin, and my opponent's like, well, you know what? I'm gonna go for the 50. Like, the out of 8 cards in my hand, surely it won't hit the one rocks I have, and it hits the rocks. Like it's happening. And it's like, you know what? It feels bad, man. It feels bad. It's not
It's
a fun play pattern for anyone.
I think I mean, again, not to dwell too much on time rules, I feel like the rules should not favor one playstyle over another. So,
Yeah.
like, the fact that a color, sorry, as a gimmick interacts with something that is valued by the rules more highly than cards in hand, which blue values is it just feels wrong, right? Like,
Yeah, and for the opposite reason of like deck limit, or sorry, deck count being the second activated sort of ruling
yeah.
in potentially non-yellow matchups where life is more likely to be equal.
Mhm.
Favor like disfavoring black specifically and also blue's draw is weird, right?
Mhm.
But I think the most diabolical part about like a Linland stall fest is like Linland could even like not take that much time on their turns. But the thing is, I mean, I don't know if you've ever played like had situations like this against a yellow deck or a Linland deck specifically, where like the board is super convoluted and it's actually you that's taking like 5 minutes because it's like, okay, do I need to make the push here? Or like when she activates her leader effect, it's like, do I need to discard a card here because do I need to make a push here? Do I need to stall the game more? Am I going for a board here? Am I starting to take life on this turn? And those decisions are difficult and can take a lot of time because there's no real clear answer a lot of the time.
It is annoying. It's like by the Linlen taking more time and playing just by only gaining life, it makes your opponent also take more time to decide when they actually have to do a push. Ultimately,
Because
they end up helping the Linlen more, and it's
because when
good.
the Linland player has 11 life, even if you have a full board, like the decision to turn sideways for lethal is still not an easy one.
Maybe they should make a pudding, but for life cards.
Oh, whoa.
Like like they shuffle all their life cards into their deck and then heal like 4 from top of deck or something, and it's like a 7 drop.
Nerf 5 life leaders, I guess.
Well, it's a 7 drop. Like they should have lost a life by then.
They have
Why is
to
it?
pay
Why is
for
it a
it.
7 draft for no reason? Why is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
this
is
would
just
be a
blue
one
pudding.
drop.
This would be a 4 drop. What are
For
you?
one,
What are you
this would
saying?
be a one
Why?
drop.
Because I feel like then the opponent would just never attack. They would just play the pudding on their second turn if they're going second. Hypothetically speaking, of course, like they would. Why would they attack when they can just say, "I'll banish your top life into your deck and you'll never see it again"?
I'm trying to think of like
Uh,
if I hate that at all. It's like I don't really hate that as much as I hate blue pudding. So like yeah, I don't hate
I
it.
mean, it's also only beats like I think it's there to beat decks that are like Linland that just are gonna heal to 8 and then abuse time rules.
Yeah, it's so niche, so niche.
TSONI.
Yeah, but I do kind of like look back on just maybe yellow as a pre-release color, and most of the cards I don't feel like are super playable overall.
I'm actually a little bit in disagreement with you because I actually think on the whole a lot of them are playable, but they're not going to be as impactful as other cards in the pre-release. I think that we've talked about already.
Then is this not agreement in a way? I feel like you're playing a couple cards like the pudding. I think you're probably playing like just like these
Putting
cards
I
as
would
filler
play
though, right?
Cata
It's like 10 cost Linland and pudding are like some of the best, are the two best ones. The events I think are also pretty good, especially the
Mhm.
unblockable one. Just like existing in this format is
Yeah,
going to be rough to face off against. But like
scary. It's also +4, right? Which is good.
yeah, but like the generals is like fine. Katakuri's fine. Like these are like flex spots. Like it's like the filler spots. The
Honestly,
smoothies
like
aren't
the
great.
general is the one that I think is I'm like on the lower end for. I mean, I really like the vanilla 2K that's just trigger play this body. I mean, 4K is a small stat line, but like a triggered body is you're only paying 1 Dawn to make it attack, which seems quite good. I actually prefer the Katakuri over the Sweet Commanders. I think the Sweet Commanders is a little bit of an overcommit on Dawn for how small they are, but Katakuri is a much more efficient sort of like you're just gaining it's 6 Dawn, you're gaining a life, you're giving something -3. Obviously pudding is good, obviously 10 Mom is good, but I also like the Cracker 5 life or sorry, 5 Dawn for 1 life is a very decent rate. It's like quite good.
Yeah, it's counter too. Like it's like fine. But again,
They
it
all
feels
have
like flex spots more than it is like I'm super happy to see these cards. Like that's all I'm gonna
Yeah, I think
have
you're
it
just like
as.
thinking about playing them, and like I think like the Daifuku 2K, like you're probably like if I mean I don't know how many like flex like 2Ks there are
There's a
that
lot
have
of good.
really decent effects, but like this is pretty good.
There's a lot of good 2Ks. It depends what
Very
you
low
get, obviously, but I feel like there's enough good 2Ks in this set. Like, I think it's probably good enough to play, but like, there's a lot of good ones you need to kind of think about during this, especially the Zoro. Oh my god, the Zoro with the black Zoro.
Which one,
Cry.
sorry?
The one is just like, hey, if one of your characters would be removed from the field, just place 3 from
Oh,
your. Yeah,
yeah.
it's fucked up. Yeah, that one's fucked, but it's a different story.
It's only by effect though, right? That's Zoro.
It's by effects, yeah, no, it's not by KO, but Jesus
That'd
Christ,
be
it's
crazy.
still fucked
That
up
card is
though.
kind of insane. I was reading something and it was someone trying to like go over the rules of negating a card that can't be removed because of another card, and apparently that makes it able to be removed, but I don't believe that.
What do you
And I
mean?
wanted you guys in like a hypothetical situation. Let's say they've got like a guy, okay, that like is being protected by Zoro. Opponent drops 10 drop Kaido, negating the guy they want to kill, and then they kill it. And this guy was saying that by the rules, Zoro cannot protect it because it's being negated. But to me, that makes no sense at all because it still has the type line. It's still able to be protected.
I'm sorry. What do you mean?
That's I don't know. Like that's what I'm trying to
Sorry,
say. It's like
this feels like a
I
bunch
saw
of things that just don't make sense at all. Because like
that's what I'm
the
saying. But
Zoro's
there,
not like type locked. This is not like
I,
if a straw hat is negated. There's not like a character that says, "Hey,
sorry. Oh,
my
right,
effect
right,
is to
sorry.
make a straw
In the
hat."
situation where this is a type locked thing, sorry, like Chronolly is type locked, right?
Who?
Chronology.
From Ollie?
Chrono- Yeah, that one's type
Yeah.
locked. So yeah, so like just replace that with like a Yasop gonna be popped by a 10 cost popper Kaido, and then someone was saying that because the Yasop is negated, it cannot be protected by Chronolly.
Who the fuck are you talking to? Who is spouting this bullshit? What the fuck?
I don't know.
What are you
This is like an
saying?
Instagram post like thing
Oh, it's not.
rules thing, and I'm like, this is so wrong. Like this
Yeah,
can't be
no.
right.
No, it's dumb. Sorry. The Yasop doesn't have an effect. Sorry, if there was an effect that I think that would say
Yeah,
this character is
protected
treated
Chronolly.
as like this character, like if it was like a Yamato
Yeah,
or something, right? And there was like a Yamato that was like this
protected
card is
Odin.
treated as like an Odin, and there was a
Yeah.
specific effect character I think that said protect Kazuki Odin, right?
Hmm.
Then I think that would work, but I don't think there's anything in the game that does that to this degree, right? I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that makes no sense. Yeah, sorry. Random Reddit post, Twitter post, Insta post. What is this?
It was like Instagram, and then it was the guy who does the One Piece Rush. Someone was trying to get him to do that, and he was like, I don't know. And then a bunch of people were like, yeah, that's how it should work.
That makes no sense. People are
Yeah.
unless I'm missing something here that like that exists in some way. I don't understand. I'm very confused. Makes no
Me
sense.
too.
Uh, I guess speaking of Yasop though, Yasop's pretty good.
Yes, that was quite good. And I mean,
Uh, all of the top end for Green and Green Shanks is kind of insane. Like the
I,
in pre-release too, it's all good.
yeah, in pre-release, yeah. This is more of a
I still
pre-release
wouldn't
topic.
play. I still wouldn't play Yasop in my pre-release deck though.
No,
No
would you
Yasop.
play Howling
No,
Sorry,
Gab?
we don't
this is a
support
bit.
Yasop.
Okay,
We
there we
don't
go.
support.
Thank you. Okay, good,
Oh,
good.
oh,
I was gonna say
it's a
this is a bit. Thank God. Okay, yeah.
it's an absentee father thing and not a
No,
bad card thing.
the Efficient Raids podcast is solely against the deadbeat dad allegations. We hate Yasop. We hate Yasop.
No. We're with the allegations, Matt. We're not against the allegations.
Oh, we hate Yasop. We love the allegations because they are correct. This guy is a bum. Yasop is a bum.
Yeah, and so is Usopp. But like honestly, like
I like
you
Usopp
can't.
though.
Yeah.
It is so sad to be an Usopp fan and be like, the man has like not been in arcs for like the past little bit, and the time he gets back in an arc, he just doesn't do anything, which just sucks.
I think
It's
my
so
favorite
sad.
part when he used his very much evolved brain in Egghead to aim a regular non-hockey fueled slingshot at Borsellino. That was my favorite part.
But
I really
there's-
like when he used his entire brain to scam children on Wano with fake medicine. I really like when he did that.
I like when he said,
Uh,
"Wait a minute, I am regression man," and then
he did.
regress.
Yo, we gotta stop with the slander. He did not scam children. He did.
He did.
No, he didn't. He did not. We've been over this. He has not done this. This is a
Listen,
scam.
Listen, I've seen the radio edits of that scene. Okay, I know it happened.
Sorry, he doesn't sell it to the kid. That is like a thing that I think is
I know. He just demonstrates it to the entire village, and then the
and
kid
she steals
takes
it. Yes, she steals it. So it's not like
Right,
Yeah,
so
she
but
sold it to
my bad.
kids.
He scammed an entire town, not just
Yes, and
children.
that's I don't know. I think
Yeah.
it's more. You can't
Yeah.
say he scammed a kid and then say like he
No.
didn't scam a kid. It's like he didn't scam a kid. It's not what
So you're
happened.
saying he scammed an entire town, including the kids.
Yes,
That's what
like
I was gonna say. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. It's like I don't know. It's better than being like he scammed kids and killed. Got some guy's father killed or something. I think it's a bit more dubious.
I think I just imagine him coming back to the what's it called, the Thousand Sunny afterwards and being like, Luffy, I regressed. I'm sorry.
Just like he did in Water
Slender's
7,
gotta
bro.
stop. The Slender's
Yeah.
gotta stop. Holy.
No, I
then
liked
he
him
was
in Water
more.
7. He
In
was really
Egghead
cool in Water 7.
when he shoots Boris, or when he was gonna shoot Boris with a slingshot, he goes to Luffy afterwards. I forgot.
The Slender's
Dedicated
too
Usopp
much.
slander.
The Slender's is
Ugh.
so abhorrent. It's crazy. I can't believe it. It's so
I
fucked
also
up.
I like when what's it called? When the leader buffs all of his characters by a +1 cost, and then Enel says, "Oh, I actually don't care. I care more about power." And then he goes, "Oh, I'm regressing again."
I also like how he hasn't really done too much in Elbaf, even though it's supposed to
true.
be his arc for like 40 years or whatever, how long One Piece has been
Sorry.
going since Little Garden.
Have the Straw Hats had an arc besides like Brook having a backstory? Like, is this like a thing that's
No.
happened? Has anyone done anything besides like? Oh, I guess Sanji has had like some.
Sanji had, like the whole Cake
He's a
Island
pervert the
shit.
entire time. Yeah, that was
Oh,
cool. I guess. Yeah.
I really do not enjoy how they've murdered him in Egghead.
Sorry, Egghead. Nah, he's been ruined the
Yeah.
entire time. The guy sucks.
Toei ruined him in Egghead. Toei ruined him in
No,
Egghead.
it was
Oh,
like
that
it
way.
was, like,
Oh, okay. Yeah. No,
with, like, a
no,
bunch
because
of scenes
no, because him wanting the invisible fruit was definitely not a slenderization of the character. Yeah, man, for sure.
No, that was pretty bad.
when he got the stealth black suit in Wano.
I hate Sanji so much. It's so sad
It
because he's
sucks 'cause he
almost
was
a good
so cool.
character. He's almost a good character.
He's so
Like
he might be
everything
potential, man.
pre-time skip was like it was like that sort of side of him was tame enough that it was like you could kind of just like wayside and go like this character is actually kind of cool because he does some cool things and he's got like a cool unwavering loyalty and he was just like generally a pretty like fine character overall, but then it just kept getting worse and worse and worse and it just sucks.
Is the worst like Thriller Bark? I feel like that has to be the worst that it's at, right?
Thriller Bark?
Yeah, Thriller Bark was like the start of like the downfall of Sanji. Can I make a downfall of Sanji
Yes,
video?
since he heard about the invisible fruit, basically it's been like all hit downhill.
It's been hit or miss, right? It's like every arc, it's like either he's trying to be like the coolest guy of all time, or he's like basically committing felonies, right? It's between the two.
Like,
it sucks because like I liked him
parking.
in Whole Cake, bro. Whole Cake was cool. I actually like. I didn't like super love Whole Cake, but like the Sanji part of Whole Cake was like the part that I liked, and the rest of it I was just okay on.
Yeah, he's good in Whole Cake for sure. Yeah, where's my Zoro backstory? Sorry, I got in Wano. It was nothing.
Down these stairs.
Down
these
these. What was that one? The one card that one guy made. It was like she fell down the stairs and died. that was a Twitter post I saw from some guy. It was so funny.
Is it like a custom event or something?
Yes.
No, they thought it was leaked, like fake leaked to be a part of the Zoro starter deck, and it was like a really funny counter event.
It's called She Fell Down the Stairs and Died.
Yeah, it was like that panel from the manga where like the mentor is telling Zoro that she died.
It's just him as a kid, just like hearing so distraught.
That's funny.
I got baited by it too. You read the text, it's like, oh, okay, this is a fake card. Yeah.
No, I got you so good. That was so funny.
Oh my god! Now you keep on getting me with a bunch of random bullshit. Bonk Punch and Monster is kind of nasty, isn't it?
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about Bonk Punch and Monster. That's a goat for sure. That's a common, right?
It's a common.
I gotta find this card. What does it do again? It's been a long
like
time.
it KOs arrested 6. It's like a 4-cost blocker.
It KOs arrested 6. Oh wait, they did more Pentiment. Oh, I missed a lot of card reveals.
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
also, not hittable off of Rockio too is a side thing. Like the white vampires don't hit it at all. But you know what does hit it though?
Our monkey doesn't hit it.
You know, does it though?
One.
Ulti page 1. It's so good. It's
something that we are not learning now for the first time is that Will has not read the card reveals.
I work full time, dude.
No, the Bonk
Okay.
Monster is really good. It's gonna be like one of like the better commons that
Is
you're
it
gonna
older?
find.
It's older, right?
Kind
Yeah,
of,
it's
yeah.
like one of the first cards that they showed right after the big reveal to begin
Oh, wait,
with like
does it play out the
Yasop.
monster? It just plays out the monster, or
What? What? Say?
You're talking about Red Shanks. You're talking
Yes.
about Red Shanks in '09. You
sorry,
look
was this
at
before or
Did
after
you?
the Minotaur purple?
it's after '09.
Dog, I get it.
That's a lot of scrolling, man. I don't.
No, it's like literally like right after starter deck reveals.
Oh, that's it's so scroll coded. It's so long.
I
Oh
told
my
you what it
god.
did. I told you what it
That's all it
Yeah, I wasn't
does.
even
It's all.
listening. I literally wasn't even listening.
I'm so... Holy. Anyways, Bonk Bunch of
Yeah.
Monsters is a very good card. You should definitely, if you see this in your draft, you should pick it up. Because it's a common, you're almost always gonna
Oh, that's
find
good.
it. If you don't, I'm sorry. That is very sad.
Imagine having like 5 of these in a deck.
Oh god, yeah. No, I don't want to think about it, man. Too
Yeah,
40
much.
card deck, you just draw it like your opening hand is just all bonk punches and monsters. You probably win that game is the worst part.
Yeah, oh, probably. Like, you know what though? It's like I think all of the green cards are almost all playable to some degree. Like there's a bunch of random just 2K slots or 2K counter slots that just exist in green that are like all pretty good for some, in some
Yeah,
way.
like Hongo. Hongo
Yeah.
is great. I mean, it's a rare, but like it's very good. Building Snake,
Congo,
I think, is quite good.
yeah, it's good for it's an uncommon, but it is a good card too. Yeah, just like
Similar to
having
Arta.
activate main, just giving you like your guy a leader and having a good Onkeo as well is good. It is a
Getting your
good
guy up here.
effect.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Attach
Remember,
attach this character to your leader. Type.
holy veggie. Holy
That might
veggie
be too
leader
niche.
effect. But black is like kind of easy to talk about. We'll go over black pretty quickly because I think like some of these are kind of okay. Like the chopper is decent, but you are only playing these cards based upon if you find enough rotos, if you find enough of the Gurs and stuff, or like the generically good plus 12s. Do you think the Dorian Broggy are good actually? That's like one I kind of care about because I think if these are playable, then like it's worth playing the rest of them. But if
I
not,
think
then probably not.
if you can get enough of them, it's worth it. Like if you think you can actually hit the combo consistently, because obviously just having the one isn't worth it because it's not even a blocker, like it would
Yeah.
be in Blaffy. It's just literally a 5 for 5 that does nothing if you whiff the other effect. I mean, 12 cost is nothing to scoff at because some cards care, but we're talking about pre-release. It's a lot of it is based on power, in terms of this flexible interaction.
Hmm. So a lot of these like might not be playable. If you find the ACOS Luffy, it's like it could be good. I think the ACOS actually probably is pretty good overall. It plays any 2 from trash. It does, yeah.
Yeah.
And the events
Yeah,
are
I
good.
mean,
Yeah. Sorry, everything here is like I think pretty decent. Like we do find like the good 12 cost stuff. Roto's great. Roto's great for an uncommon. The counter event's good too. I think all of them are pretty decent. Besides like the Loki one, like give all your opponents characters -1 cost. Like there's not enough like cost based removal really in this set. I think there's a couple of ones that you can do. Like technically, I guess Bonk Punch and Monster it does like give you some extra like KO value on the grav blades. Especially the grab blades. Because if you do this actually into like this, like you hit 2 7s, which, what do you hit for the 7s?
what do you think? It's like sorry, not Rox. I was gonna say Rox. It's Shiki is who I was thinking of.
Shiki, Ben Beckman, any of like the random like 2K just vanilla 7 costs are pretty good too, but
Yeah, those are good. Those are good cards.
Odin too.
Once again, all can be protected with Marco. So think about Marco when you're pulling your cards.
That is true. Or the Zoro. The Zoro is, I think, even without having the plus 3000 power, it is just a good like generic effect that stops you from having your cards removed. Zoro's great. It's also okay. Sorry, the Zoro's a common. The Zoro is a common. So I would just honestly, if you can get this at all and just drop it down, it's pretty good overall. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm still for a lot of black here though. It's like if you find Loki, Loki's good. If you find the ACOS is probably like worth it enough to play if you can find again enough of the 12 costs. And the Chopper Unblockable card is a good 2K. I would just play it regardless. So, and you'll go for blue, I guess. We can go look over some of the blue cards a little bit because most of these are I think all playable to some degree.
Yeah, I think they're almost all playable. You just have to be worried about how many that you want to play because they're all
Yeah.
bricks. Linlin is great. Gloriosa obviously is great. But we talked about a lot of interaction that can interact with Gloriosa, which is like worth to think about. The Newgate, I think, is going to be the king because Newgate doesn't have to discard a Rocks Pirate type card, so you can just I mean, you're not going to activate this offensively the same way you would activate this both offensively and defensively in rocks, just due to hand size limitations. But he's just a 6 for 8 card neutral plus 3k on a card every turn for free. Very good. But I mean, 6 cost. We've talked about so much 6 cost interaction. You have to be scared of a bonk punch in monster. You have to be scared of the gravity blade type cards. There's a lot to worry about actually in this stat line, despite the fact that you would think it wouldn't be the case.
I mean, you have cards like Kyo, and you do have cards like the ones before, like the Marco and everything else too, that do protect this kind of stuff. But yeah, no, it's rough. I do wonder how the 10 cost Zebek, if you pull the secret rare, how good that would be in this format. Like, it's always dependent on like what cards you pull. But like, I think most
It
of the
only
cards that
costs
you're doing are like the 5 cost and 4 costs probably, because I don't think you're hitting Newgate consistently or the 7 cost Shiki consistently. But going from a 5 into a 4 it seems pretty good. Like, you do have the blockers, like the Kaido, obviously it's a rare, but like even the Captain John in this format is probably pretty decent. Wang
Is
Ji's
it
good
only
for a
play rocks
blocker.
pirates?
Yeah,
Sorry?
Wang Ji is good.
Can the rocks only play rocks pirates, or can it play any cards with the costs that people met?
It's 2
Rock
Rock Pirates
Pirate.
type, yeah. It is
Oh,
a draw 1 card and play 2 9 cost total. Yeah, cards. But the Gonzoi's good. I think the Barbell as like a common is good too, honestly.
It's so big.
It's huge. It is huge. And the Yonkeo was actually pretty decent as well. If you can
Yeah.
if your opponent does like manage to clear this some, like, with the Grab and stuff, right? Having 2 cards from your hand at the bottom of your deck is like a really tall ask. Barbell might be like the secret the big tech in this format. I'm hoping it is actually. I think it might be.
Gonzui is actually like very good.
5
I
for
mean,
7, right?
trashing 2 cards is a crazy rate, but like if your opponent is spending their whole turn trying to kill stuff, like you will happily give up 2 cards to protect your board after they do that.
For
But
sure.
like, I mean, removal protection and 6k base power for a turn is pretty strong.
I like it a lot, yeah.
Streusen is good at the common slot. I mean, I know
Yeah.
he's a brick, but like because he's 1 Dawn filtering, it's not really a brick. He's almost always like somehow advantaged, assuming that you get a time to play him, which you're guaranteed to basically on at least a 1 Dawn turn.
It's neutral too. It's neutral. Like, you just get a lot of value out of this card.
Streusen is very good, and it's a common. This is a common.
It is. No, insane card. Streusen is great. Neutral looking at top 2, especially in the pre-release format where like you really don't want to have searcher events as much because it's a little bit harder to use those kinds of events. But Streusen is just like it's a character too. Obviously no counter. We do mention that it sucks before, but just the fact you can drop it down and you lose nothing and you are able to like just have like a very nice filter effect, especially early on, is really nice to have. It's good. It's great.
Also, Kyo is an uncommon. I mean, like once again, this is like discard 2 is obviously a steep cost, but if your opponent is spending their whole turn interacting with your board, this is still worth it. And he's a 2 for 4 with draw 1 if you want to turn him sideways. But he's also just like a guy you can play on your 2 Dawn turn that's like kind of semi-aggressive, and he's card neutral.
One issue, I think you're just like looking for Zoro over this card is the one big thing. But yeah, honestly, the biggest upside is the fact that it's a 2 for 4 and you draw a card. Like, the stat line might be the reason why it's a little bit better. Sometimes if you can't get the Zoro to have that be a 2 for 5 instead, but yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, yeah.
It's mostly for the draw card, and the draw card is pretty good. Yeah, other than that, it's like Stassi might also be a crazy rare card to have in this slot. God, I'm not ready for the Stassi. Like, if someone pulls this card, I can expect them to be pretty up in their pulls. Yeah. What a good card.
The fact that it's not like even cost restricted to like 9 or like 10 is like, I don't even play black decks like that, but like the fact that it's not even restricted to 10 is kind of crazy work to me. They really wanted this card to like always be very dominant. Like they wanted this to like never be useful or like useless ever. It's always good. Like base 6 plus any size, like there's literally never a universe. There's no really effective counterplay around playing this card because 6 is really tall. Lots of decks can't afford to play only stuff above 6. It's what a card.
Yeah, it's great. No, it's just good. It's good in standard. It's good in pre-release. I think it's most of the cards I want to talk about. Like the 0 cost events are good too for rocks, but in full I don't think it's playable ever. But yeah, these I don't know. It's gonna be a very interesting pre-release. I am excited to try it out. And once again, I'm gonna check out the pack sim. Maybe it's up. Maybe no, it's not. Okay, whatever. It's fine. I can have hope. Yeah, no, it's over. Oh well. Dream is dead. Dream is dead. I appreciate this stuff because honestly, this is a really cool format. I'm going to be playing quite a bit of this, so I'm hoping to get as much of the information done as possible before we start. before the
Yeah, I
actual
mean,
release is
you're
in.
talking to 2, right?
I have 2, yeah. I have 2 lined up right now. I
So,
would go to more if I could, but it's just kind of hard to get into.
how against the rules is it to sneak some bonk punches and monsters in?
How against the rules? I don't know,
All of
buddy.
them.
Yeah, I
All
think
of the
it's.
rules.
All the rules? I don't
I do
know.
like how it's how many commons can I sneak into a pre-release? It's like I don't know, man.
Clearly not enough.
Yeah. Can I play 10? All I want.
I mean, 3K is big enough to eventually attack.
But I think we've hit a natural conclusion. This is like a very pre-release heavy episode, but I think it's
Yeah.
probably the most important thing we have going on at the moment.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Worked out. Thanks guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.